Well, good evening. This is Mrs. Eckert again. Thank you, Kaylee, for letting me know that my video microphone went out and you couldn't hear me. So I will redo this lesson. So let's go ahead and start in. I did re-upload and I will double check that video from last week over problems 1 through 8 on your homework. We didn't get very far last week, so I did do a video to explain how to do the problems 1 through 8 using decimals. So please listen to that video. This video will be continuing the lessons, so if you want to print them out, you're welcome to do that. We are going to just do solving equations, log equations, using properties. Before we left for a break, and about the time the coronavirus kind of kicked in, we had discussed ways to solve log equations. So that is on lesson 7.4. If you went back in your notebook, there is a rectangle in the upper right-hand corner that tells you how to solve log equations. So I'm just going to go ahead and write down a few of those ways. There are 5. So the first way is when you get stuck, we want to switch forms. So if it's in log form and you don't know what to do, then you want to switch the form. So you want to go to exponential form. You can also do vice versa. If it's in exponential form, then you can put it in log form. The second way is what we're going to do today. We're going to condense the equation using properties. The goal of this step is to get 1 log on the left equals 1 log on the right. And when this happens, then we can drop our logs and solve the parts that's left over. Step 3 would be to drop the logs as what I just said. If I have 1 log on the left and 1 log on the right, I can drop the log in the base, and then we just solve the equation that's left. Step 4 would be to get like bases, which is the very first thing we learned with exponential functions. We got like bases. And then the last step is you can take the log of each side, and when we get towards the bottom of the lesson today, I will use this particular one. Take the log of each side. Now, sometimes when you get to this step, you don't have to take the log of each side. If you switch the forms, that will allow you to solve it and get the same answer as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back to our notes. So we're going to go back here. I'm going to enlarge it. We're going to kind of go down. We're going to do ACE, then we're going to go B, D, F, and then I'll do G and H last. So I'll enlarge this. So if you notice, we don't have 1 log on the left and 1 log on the right. We actually have 2 log expressions on the right, so we need to condense it using properties. Well, if you notice, I see a power property on each of these, and then I see a plus sign, and if you remember, plus means to multiply. So I'm going to bring the powers up, and I'm also going to multiply those. So you're going to get log the base 4 of n equals log the base 4 of 81 to the 1/4 power, but we're going to multiply that by 25 to the 1/2 power. Well, 81 to the 1/4 power you can put in your calculator, or you can take the 4th root of 81, which is 3. And so you get 3, and then if you put 25 to the 1/2 power or take the square root of 25, you get 5. So log the base 4 of n equals log to the base 4 of 3 times 5. So we can drop the log the base 4, so I get n is 15. And that's my answer for letter A. Moving down to letter C, you notice there's no powers, but we do have a plus sign. So plus means to multiply. So if I condense the left-hand side of the equation, I'm going to take x times x minus 4. So we're going to get a quadratic, and I get log the base 3 of 12. Well, if I drop my logs, I'm going to get x squared minus 4x, and that equals 12, but it's a quadratic, so I want to move my 12 over. So I get x squared, my stylus isn't working very well, minus 4x minus 12 equals 0. When you factor, you get x minus 6 and x plus 2. Set each of them equal to 0 and solve, you get x is 6 and negative 2. But if you look, x is 6 is positive, which is fine, but negative 2, you got to go back up. And you're going to go back up to here where the expression is and here where the x is. We don't have to worry about the 12 because there's no x with it. So if I put negative 2 in, log the base 3 of negative 2, you cannot take the log of a negative number. Also, log the base 3 of negative 2 minus 4 gives you negative 6. You can't take the log of a negative number. So negative 2 is not one of my answers. Okay, if we were in class, I would let you do letter E, but obviously we're not in class. So we're going to combine these two together using the product property again. So you go log the base 2. We're going to take 4x times 5, and that equals log the base 2 of 20. We're going to drop the log the base 2, so I get 20x equals 20. X is 1, that's positive. There's no problem when I put it up here in 4 times x, so 4 times x, 4 times 1 is 4, so it's good. Now we're going to go back up to the top and we're going to go to letter B. So we're going to start with letter B, and if you notice here, there are no powers, but there's a minus sign. So if you remember, minus means to divide. So we're going to combine these two with a fraction bar. So log the base 3. 56 is first, so it goes on top over n equals log the base 3 of 7. I'm going to drop my log the base 3's, so I have a proportion. You could put 7 over 1 and cross multiply. I'm just going to go ahead and multiply by n. So we get 56 equals 7n, so n is 8. 8 is positive. When you put it up here where the n is, it's still positive, so it's good. Letter D, you still have a minus sign and no powers, so we're going to divide once again. So log the base 2 of the top one, or the first one, which would be 2x plus 6 over x equals 3. Now we got a problem. We don't have a log on the right, so we cannot drop the log. So I'm stuck. Do you remember what to do when we get stuck? Switch forms. Good job. So we're going to start with our base. So 2, we're going to go all the way across to get the 3 equals 2x plus 6 over x. I'm going to do 2 cubed at the same time and multiply by x. So 2 cubed is 8. So we're going to get 8x equals 2x plus 6. So if I subtract, I get 6x equals 6. X is 1 again. And 1 is positive. And if I put 1 up in the x, or the 2x plus 6, it still is positive. Okay, let's continue down with letter F. This time we do have a power, so we got to bring our 5 over as an exponent. So I get log the base 4 of n to the 5th equals log the base 4 of 32. One log on the left and one on the right, so you can drop it. So you got n to the 5th equals 32. Several things you can do. You can take the 5th root of each side. You can take n to the 5th to the 1/5 property and do the same thing on the other side. Either way you do it, you should get the 5th root of 32. N is 2. Sloppy 2, sorry about that. N is 2. Okay, now let's go back down to the bottom. Almost done. Okay, we're going to do 6 to the n minus 2 equals 50. I'm going to do this. We've got a couple ways we can do it. We can take the log of each side, which is step 5 on how to solve an equation, or we can just switch forms. I'm going to switch forms this way, and then on the other one I'm going to take the log of each side. That way you see each way. So I'm going to put SF for switch forms. So this is exponential form, so I'm going to write log, the base here is 6, so the 6 comes down, we go all the way across to get the 50, and that equals n minus 2. Okay, this we can type in our calculator. Your calculator is programmed in base 10, but this is base 6, so we do what we call change of base. So you're going to go log of the number that's written evenly with the log, so it's log 50 over the log of the little base number, but it now becomes a big number. So in your calculator, you're going to type log 50, but when you do 50, you got to close the parenthesis and you're going to divide it by log 6. So when you do that, I'm going to go ahead and just type that in my calculator. So log 50, close the parentheses, divided by log 6, and I get, you want to go out to 4 decimals. So you're going to get 2.1833, and that equals n minus 2. So when I add 2, I get n equals 4.1833. That is my number and my answer. Okay, if I put the exponent up in the exponent, it doesn't matter if the exponents are negative. Only when it's written next to the log, that number cannot be negative. The base can't be negative either. Okay, we're going to go ahead and go to age, but this time we're going to do it, take the log of each side. Okay, so to take the log of each side, you're just going to copy everything down. So you're going to go log, the base is going to be nothing, and you're going to have 2 to the y, and you're going to write log, base is nothing again, and you get 5y plus 2. Now, when this base is nothing, it's actually base 10, which means your calculator is in base 10. So we can use the calculator on part of this, but not right this minute.